Phonic. Phonic.
Thonic. 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 Thonic.
All right, hello. This is Alexander Wales. What are we doing today? Exclusion zones document. Hopefully, it's going to be these two. This is the Google tells me it's pronounced Thonic, uh, which doesn't seem quite right to me, but I'll trust it. And then PyShep, which is the combat farming exclusion zone. Um, so I guess we'll just start the abbreviation. I was looking at this. It's just going to be CH. I like this because you don't really pronounce the CH. There's supposed to be something like a glottal stop there, but it's like the pronunciation guide is just thonic. Like this little supposed to be like thonic or something. Um, so this is the ches, which I think means house in French. Okay. Yeah, this is the abyss. Need a date on this sucker. I think this is going to be one like just before Uther disappears. $27 FE. Okay. Okay, I gotta double check something. For some reason, I thought there was a magic. I thought this magic already had a name. Let me double check here. Oh, abyss magic. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, so later stream today, because I slept in. It was great. Um, it's nice out, but not so nice out. I want to be going for a hike instead of doing this. So we should be good. I should be good to do 2 of these. Depends on how much time it takes. And then no stream tomorrow. I'm going to a niece's birthday party, which is apparently going to take most of the day. Okay. History. any differences between this and Tutbad? Yeah, so there is some obvious overlap between this and Tutpad and between this and Longstairs. I think the comparison to Longstairs is called out within the text. The biggest difference here is rooms are of a more standardized size and configuration. Mostly what I'm drawing on is Tomb of Elemental Horrors, rather than, which is not the type of dungeon you would normally see in Tutbad. Yeah, so D&D has this kind of junk. This is what the hey Matto. Yeah, this is what the zone is drawing on, is this type of junk where you just got like these densely packed rooms that like don't have biomes really. They don't have I actually do think it's good for me to look at these, but they don't usually have biomes. That it's mostly just a bunch of rooms with a bunch of monsters and not, I wouldn't say, a huge amount of thought. Like most of these just look like static. Like this is a mega dungeon, but this one actually has some layout to it. It has some like design elements to it. I'm not going to say that none of these have design elements to them, but a lot of these are just like you're filling up a grid. Okay, that is the correct word. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that just absolutely tickles me when you like you use a word that in this context means like it's the Abbey abs. Okay, it's the Abbey abyss thing that I think is funny. I might come back to that. I'm not getting into the like actual measures for how you do it. Like in my head, what it is you spend a lot of time with a staff or an other implement, and the generation of the dungeon kind of flows out from that. And like, because if you're just doing this for materials extraction, um, you wouldn't make the monsters, right? So the monsters kind of come with it, and then you have to deal with that. Um, remember what I call. They're not called inktads. They're called monads. Okay. Gotta say the monads of ink magic, so I don't. So once the dungeon is clear, the rooms just sit there empty forever. In normal circumstance, I mean, we'll get to that, but in normal circumstances, for the exclusion zone, they slowly regenerate over time, as do the rewards. Because otherwise, you just have this giant dungeon that gets eventually cleared out, and that's not interesting. Is it actually creating underground tunnels? Yes. It's not extra dimensional space. It's an actual physical thing. Abysses, I think that's right. What if you try to generate a dungeon in a spot that already has dungeon? They intersect, I guess. Which I don't think does a whole lot for you. But yeah, the idea is that these are real physical places that that like just get kind of left scattered around the world. kind of like tailing pits, yeah. Wouldn't Abbas sell an empty dungeon for storage or something? I would say generally it's not suitable for it, but you could use it as like a rapid underground base creation thing. I mean, that's a very common thing in Dungeons and Dragons, which this particular exclusion draws heavily on Dungeons and Dragons, where you go into a dungeon and you clear it out, and then you're like, hey, this is going to be our base now. So, um, I don't know what the point of what I was saying was, but yes, I would think that you would at least get some people trying. But if you look at some of these, like you wouldn't like these like disconnected rooms and stuff. You'd want to like knock out walls and stuff like that. Yeah, it's this kind of thing where people just fill up a grid and I guess hope it's entertaining. Hope that your party likes combat. I've never liked that kind of thing. I think I run one once and then I didn't like it. I'm probably only going to do one of these, but I am thinking about that. I think a note from Grack on like the intersection, obviously there's an intersection between mining down and like living underground, and these people that make these giant underground areas. Yeah, I'm writing a well, it's kitchen sink. I've mentioned it before, but I am actually in the process of writing it at the moment. Kind of, I want to get at least like 8,000 words on it before I can make a determination on it. But there's mention to the mutant gap between the United States and Russia. Um, every, not ever. This says limited range 20 miles. It's going to be, in fact, a radius of 20 miles around the entrance, including down, which is fine. And then I think this can all be deleted, because most of the rest is features. Well, there's no reason to delve the dungeons that are outside the zone, but there is one like this mega dungeon, like that. This like 20 miles of dungeon. Like for reference, this is like what? This one on screen. I don't know. That'd be like several hundred feet. What's the point? We'll get into that. That'll be in the features section. Yes, the city. Mostly it's that the city can make use of them. I was going to do temperate forest, but I think I always do temperate forest because that's where I live. I think we'll just do tropical. Tropical humid, yeah. No. Here, we'll just do the Abbey. Actually, this is the kind of thing you need to check. Abbey is never used within the text. So, great. We're fine to use it here. Was this a campaign? No, this stems primarily from the idea of the mega dungeons, which are a D&D trope, where you just make. I have only run one, I think once, because I don't find them that interesting. There's a reason that this used to be about dungeons. It's only about 10% dungeons. And shares a lot in common with the long stairs, which I did run. But yeah, this is not the kind of thing that I enjoy playing. Can people still learn Abyss magic? And make dungeons that intersect? That was one of the things I was thinking about. That yes, you can do that, but it's hard to make one that goes deep enough. There is actually some utility in it, but I think mostly people would not do that. That's just from my sense of what I've set up in my head, largely for like rules and stuff, that most people would not do that. There wouldn't be very much of a point, but you technically could. Well, see, I want to say this final dungeon. Avoiding the worst of the monsters. Okay. Isn't it illegal under imperial law? Imperial law is a varied thing with lots of exceptions to it. This would be one of those exceptions. Also, if you look at the date, this predates the Empire of Common Cause. Did Uther do an adventure there, or did he not bother? I think he didn't bother. I don't think I'm going to put that in, but I think he didn't bother. I think this is one of those things that was set up for Uther, and then he didn't do it because he didn't care. Which is a very late Uther type of thing to have happen. So one thing as a DM is that your players get bored and you try to solve that boredom with new and different things, and that often doesn't work. Okay, I feel like this needs examples of magic items and of monsters, because that would add a lot more to this zone than anything else. The idea for magic items is that this is like a boring mega dungeon, or what I find a boring mega dungeon, and mostly what you find in boring mega dungeons are like boring items. You get like a +1 sword, and then you know what? You get a +2 sword later on, which is one better. That's the kind of thing that I associate with mega dungeons. Although they do get, if you play them a lot, they do get wacky, I've heard. Um, no, there's no way that they get that strong. I mean, you literally just can't. Like, if you're gonna, even if it's 20 miles, if you're gonna put like a giant kaiju there down there, then like that's gonna take up appreciable amount of space. Oh god. Still Magic 100 with June. No, there would be stuff. There would be like. There would be stuff. Suffocation is one of the big things for Juniper, but like you still need to breathe. Actually, maybe you don't need to breathe. I would have to check the interactions of that, but I don't think so. No long stairs weirdness. No mimetic threats or anything like that. This is not that kind of place. This is like very bog standard, probably like 5th level Dungeons and Dragons ish stuff. In terms of like how materially or like how exotic the effects are. What while still like because the way Dungeons and Dragons is shaped, um, you have not just increasing power as you go up, but you have increasing stuff, right? Like when you get to a certain like the ability to fly in Dungeons and Dragons is a higher level thing, even though it's like it is powerful for a number of reasons, but the way that Dungeons and Dragons shapes things is you get weirder stuff as you go up, as well as having more powerful stuff as you go up. So this will cap out at weirdness pretty low. make a list here. Um, let's call the wand. Alright, what else does this thing need? What does the sentry need? I'm probably not gonna do monsters. I think that's... Leave that to your imagination. Oh, Grex notes. Um... I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's maybe a little bit too terse for Grack, but I'm going to move on. I think it's a nice treat. Okay, Control-Shift-C, 800 words after an hour, not great. Am I going to do PyShop today? I don't know. I'm feeling slightly tired, and I want to go for... Whoops, that's not blue, that is red. Okay. I'm going to see what the text says about PyShop. I might just do that next time I'm unexpectedly tired, and I'd like to go outside. There's a lot of tantalizing stuff in here. Okay. All right, so just gonna leave. I don't think I'm doing this today. I think I am too tired, and I'll take a break, and I'll come back and do it on either Sunday or Monday. Like I said, I've been writing kitchen sinks, so I'll probably go do that for now. Something that is not worth the candle. But I got one entry done. That's enough for me. Okay, sorry. Kills anyone in entry zone. Hasn't been active. Sends out produce. So yeah, I think that's going to be the stream for today. I can feel myself getting a little fried. And I guess I will see you either Sunday or Monday. Thanks for tuning in. That's not... Yeah, well, if I do one of these exclusions a day, it'll take 80 days total. If I do 2 a day, it takes 40 days total. That's fine. That's fine if this takes a few months of just doing like an hour a day. All right. Thanks. See you next time.